Hey everyone, you ever wonder what's actually happening on Capitol Hill that could directly impact your wallet, your healthcare, and your family's future? Well, we're about to break down the key legislative changes being fought for right now that affect every single one of us in uniform. Let's get into it. This Intel Drop is a team effort. It's brought to you by the Strength of Stripes, and it's sponsored by the 3 Echo podcast. Our mission here is simple: cut through all the noise and give you the ground truth on what really matters to you. So where's all this info coming from? It's straight from the source, the Air Force Surgeons Association, or AFSA. Now, these are our advocates in Washington, D.C., and this is their official legislative platform. Think of it as the exact blueprint they're using to fight for our entire community. And that really brings us to the core question of this entire explainer. While you're laser focused on the mission, what's happening behind the scenes to actually improve your life? We're going to break it down into 3 key areas. First up, your healthcare. This is all about modernizing the system and, more importantly, getting you access to some of the cutting-edge treatments that you've absolutely earned. All right, first, let's look at H.R. 1107. Think of this as a major upgrade for how you access care. What it does is it would allow VA professionals to prescribe and deliver certain crucial medications through telemedicine. This is a total game changer, especially if you're in a rural area or maybe facing mobility challenges. It just makes it so much easier to get timely care for things like mental health or pain management. And here's why this is so promising. This isn't just some idea being kicked around. This bill has real momentum. As you can see, it has already passed the House of Representatives and is now sitting in the Senate. That is a massive step, and it signals a serious commitment to making this reality. Next up is a bill that really targets the signature wounds of our generation: traumatic brain injury and PTSD. H.R. 1336 is all about creating a pilot program for a treatment called hyperbaric oxygen therapy, or HBOT, making it a brand new option for veterans. So why is this such a big deal? Well, when the traditional treatments maybe haven't worked, HBOT offers a totally new path. It works by flooding the body with pure oxygen in a pressurized room, which can help heal damaged cells, even in the brain. It directly addresses those invisible wounds that so many of our brothers and sisters are dealing with every single day. Okay, let's shift gears to our second priority: your pay. This whole section is about one thing: making sure you get every single dollar that you have earned through your service. Now, before we dive into the specific bills, we've got to understand a key term: concurrent receipt. I know, it sounds complicated, but it's actually really simple. It just means you should be able to get your full military retirement pay and your VA disability compensation without one reducing the other. Bottom line, you earned both. And that brings us to the Major Richard Starr Act. Right now, there are around 50,000 veterans who are medically retired because of combat injuries before they hit 20 years, and they have their retirement pay reduced by their disability pay. This bill is designed to fix that injustice, flat out, making sure they get both, in full. And get this. Look at the incredible support behind this bill. It has 77 senators co-sponsoring it. I mean, in today's political climate, getting that kind of overwhelming majority from both parties is pretty much unheard of. It just goes to show you this isn't a political issue. It's about keeping a promise. Next, this one's for our Guard and Reserve members. The GI Bill Parity Act is designed to fix a long-standing inequity. It makes sure that every single day you spend in uniform on federal duty status, and that includes your training days, counts toward your post-9/11 GI Bill. No more loopholes, no more ambiguity. And this quote from Representative Levin really just sums up the whole principle here. It's about fairness. If you wear the uniform, you do the job, you deserve the same access to the benefits you've earned. It really is that simple. All right, let's move to our third and final priority: the absolute bedrock of our force, our families. These bills are all about giving them the stability and the support they deserve. First up is just a common sense fix. You know how civilian health plans let dependents stay on their parents' insurance until they're 26? Well, this bill just makes TRICARE do the same thing. It closes a gap that puts a really serious financial strain on military families as their kids are trying to get on their feet. So what does that financial strain actually look like? Well, without this change, families could be staring at costs for TRICARE Young Adult that are as high as $8,700 a year for each kid. Passing this bill puts that money right back where it belongs, in the pockets of military families. Now let's talk about another totally unfair rule, and this one has to do with the GI Bill. The Military Family GI Bill Promise Act is designed to fix a bizarre penalty. Right now, if you separate or retire and then you have kids, you can actually lose the right to transfer your hard-earned education benefits to them. It's wild. It just makes no sense. I mean, look at this breakdown. You serve honorably for a decade, maybe more. You get out. You start a family. And because of the timing of that, you forfeit one of the most valuable benefits you earned. This bill fixes that, letting you transfer your benefits at any time, as it should be. So we've covered a lot of ground. Healthcare, pay, family support. Let's wrap this all up by looking at the big picture and, more importantly, what comes next for you. Okay, if you take one thing away from all of this, let it be this: momentum. These aren't partisan talking points being thrown around. These are common sense solutions that have powerful support from both Democrats and Republicans, who get that supporting our military community is a national priority. And you want to see what that actually looks like? Check this out. This is the list of co-sponsors for that telemedicine act we talked about earlier. It's almost an even split between parties. This is what it looks like when politics are set aside to actually take care of our people. Look, trying to stay on top of all this can be tough, but you are not in this alone. Organizations like the Air Force Surgeons Association are out there fighting for you every single day, and platforms like the 3 Echo podcast are here to keep you informed and connected to the conversation. So what's the bottom line? These changes are closer than they have ever been to becoming law, but the fight isn't over. Stay informed. A great place to start is the AFSA Legislation Action Center. Get involved, because your voice matters. The question now is, how are you going to use it to help push these critical bills across the finish line?